Howdy, this is Bubba. I'm here with the second episode of my new Dollywood series. I want to try to do about 1 or 2 of these a week. A quick background. I just want to do about a 5-minute or so video on some different topics. Not really trying to do what's necessarily about festival type stuff, just editions and, this news type of stuff. Don't think too many people are doing that. But anyway, on to the video. This is the second one. I did one about a ride that will be refurbished, so go check that out. And this is coming from this is what I would call official news, because it's coming from the Vice President, Pete Owens. It was on the Hollering Hills podcast. Again, I will put the link into the description, and I put a picture where to find their podcast and stuff. But again, this is Pete Owens, the vice president of Dollywood, of some type of vice president. I think he's a roller coaster type of guy, I think, seems like. But we always joke we got a Dollywood kind of creator group message thing, and we always joke that anytime Pete Owens talks, you always want to go back and listen to it several times, because it always feels like he says more than he kind of needs to, or just how it seems. So it seems like if you listen to it closely, you always pick up on stuff that maybe some people wouldn't, and that's where this came from. But anyway, it was a pretty vague quote, but there is some new parking coming for 2025. So that is that. The exact quote was, "We have expanded parking coming for next year." So didn't go into details on that, but so there is more new parking coming. If you watching this, you go to Dollywood, the parking situation could use some help. I don't think it's anybody's fault, but I think the park has grew, and parking is a lot more of an issue than it was, say, a decade ago, because so many people come to the park, especially if you come on the, busy time of year. But like I said, I don't think it's Dollywood's fault, but there is a lot of room for improvement, so I'm anxious to see how this will play off. Then about 2 years ago, I think it was, when they redid the parking, where they changed the way you exit. They kind of pushed things back. They pushed the tram stop back. I do think that hurt the parking situation. You got your handicap stuff, which I know, talking from people that use those always fill up fast, and then so you have to walk more, it seems like, and even when you have the trolley, you have to walk more. So it seemed like that did not help the parking situation when they did that a couple years ago, and they kind of did bump the security line and stuff out there too. But one thing that aggravates me about the parking is that, I'm the type that when I get there about 30 minutes before the park opens. And they usually have the AB, which they used to call apple butter, I believe. They have that closed. So they have your parking lot B closed, and then they make you park in C. And, I feel like if I get there before everybody else, I should be able to park in parking lot B. I should not have to go and C. And then people will get there like in midday, and they'll open up B, and I don't think that's correct. Talking from some rumors that I heard, and I do know they do parking lot B some for buses and things like that. And again, I'm not talking about the handicap parking. I'm talking about the regular one there, which a lot of times they have closed. But I'm the type that when I come there, I don't really want to have to deal with a trolley. I think that's just annoying, and so I like to get there early, just so I can just walk and not have to deal with the trolley. I think a lot of times that slows you down. And I know if you have kids and strollers, the trolley can be a hassle for that type of people as well. But from my understanding, the parking is going to be kind of along the way you exit, from a rumor that I have heard. So I think it's, I heard it's going to be around the exit there. I think maybe around where they have that lot for the preferred parking lot. I think it's still got the old G on it. So I think somewhere around there is where I heard it is going to be, it's kind of hard to picture in my head how that will work. I know one issue is the trolley. I don't know how the trolley would work being there, because you would have traffic coming, and they're going to not have you close to the traffic. So I'm not sure how that would work, but from my understanding, that's where it will be along the way as you exit that type of way. And that's something I would think would take, that's not really a flat land, so I would think you would have to start working on that pretty soon, I would think, because even though, when you talk about moving dirt and getting it paved and all that kind of stuff, I would think that would take longer. That's not, that would take some time, I would think. So I would think you'd start seeing some action on that pretty soon. One thing that I've heard some other, speculation is that they would make a second entrance around the Wildwood Grove. But from my understanding and something that I heard, this was not going to be a second entrance tied to this, So that's something, a little bit of a disappointment there. I was kind of hoping for a second entrance there. But yeah, so that's the news. Some confirmed parking is coming to Dollywood in 2025 from the Vice President, Pete Owens. Like and subscribe.